been a long time coming. But a change is going to come. Brother Earl, my God. Whew. I'm in San Diego. More importantly than that, I'm at Vision here in San Diego. As Reverend Patty had mentioned, I go around. I go around, and you guys are rocking. That's all I want to say. You know, I was told not to, if I can't see the camera can't see me. Yeah. Whew, I'm wasting time. I'm trying to calm down here, but there's no calming down here at Vision because that's just how it is. So here we go. I want to say welcome from home office. Greetings from home office. Greetings from Aurora Center for Spiritual Living, which is a spiritual center that I attend. And again, I am so very happy to be here. So the theme is a new freedom. So this is what I have. So today's talk is about mastery. So I'm going to propose this. I'm going to put this out here. I want all the masters to arise. Arise, masters, arise. See, I knew in San Diego, this is what was going to happen. Here at Vision, thank you, masters, have a seat. Don't you know who I am? But see, the thing about being a master is first we have to recognize that we are masters. In order for us to stand up as masters, we have to recognize that we are masters. And this is what masters also recognize. Masters recognize that there is only really one power, there's only really one source, there's only really one life. And that is the power of the life in the presence of God. So as masters, we tend to, I love one of the songs is to surrender. We surrender to knowing that there is this power that is all around us, running through us, and it's there for us to use. What I like to say is that power and that intelligence is there for us to be used by. And how we get used by this power as masters is that we surrender. See, when we're talking about becoming a master, we're not talking about being a master over anyone else, right? Because I'm going to tell you something. I can't master anyone else. I can barely master myself. But a change has come. So it's not about mastering other people. It's not about mastering any of that. What it is, it's about mastering our thoughts. It's about mastering our emotions. It's about mastering our feelings. It is an interesting thing that, now none of you, but me and some of the people that you might know, none of you, because I can feel your aura here, and it's pretty high, but me and some of your friends, we sometimes get caught up in our emotions, and these emotions can have us do things that we wake up the next morning going, oh, what the heck did I just do? Because we were not masters of our feelings. We were not masters. We weren't in touch. But as masters, we get in touch. And once we start to get in touch, and there are different ways of doing that. Prayer and meditation, for me, is one of the best ways of doing that. Take some time to get still, even if it's for 2 minutes a day. But take the time to take a breath. You know that old saying, stop and smell the roses. Absolutely, stop. In fact, don't even look for a rose. Stop and take a breath. Stop and take a breath. So then, as masters, as we continue to, and as we work on recognizing that what we are to do is to surrender to that power that causes the sun to shine. And that same power that causes the sun to shine is the same power that beats our heart. It's the same power that breathes our breath, right? So as masters, and we recognize that, then we become aware that it's everywhere present. Do you know that the chairs that you sit upon came from the invisible realm first? Everything comes from the invisible realm first. So then we start looking around as masters and we go, oh, wait a minute, so that thing that I call God is in the chair, the thing, oh, wow, it's in the plant. Oh, then it must be everywhere present, which means no matter where I go, it's right here where I am. So then we identify with this power and this presence, and we realize that, oh, wait a minute, it is this which beats my heart. Oh, I am one with this presence. I am unified with this infinite intelligence that causes the sun to shine. so we become masters in as we identify ourselves with the whole. And then as we start to unify with this power that causes the sun to shine, as we identify with that power that causes our hearts to beat, and we also know that we are one with everyone else and with everything else, then we get to the point, masters, that we can then speak our word and we know that it is done. Now, there are times, and we may know some people who have forgotten that they are masters. I love Scripture. And there is a story in the book of John. You know the Bible. You guys remember that book, right? It's a great book. Great book. And in the book of John, chapter 5, 1 through 9, there's a story about a man who has been sitting at the pools of Bethesda. And in the pools, the belief was that an angel would come down and stir the waters up, and whoever got into the waters would be healed. And so the pools of Bethesda, which were large, it was a large place. It was filled with people that were crippled and lame and blind and all of that. So that when they would go into the waters, after the angel stirred up the water, then they would be healed. Well, Yeshua, Messiah, Jesus the Christ, saw this man there who had been laying around for 30 plus 8 years. I love the way that's written, 30 plus 8. For 38 years. And he sees this man lying there. And he goes to this man. It's an interesting thing because Jesus was a master at identifying and knowing who he was. See, Jesus was the great example, not the exception. See, remember that Christ was not his last name. Christ is the consciousness that he walked in, which he said also, this is me paraphrasing, why are y'all tripping off of what I'm doing? You shall do this and so much more than ye shall do. The works that I do are not mine. The words that I speak are not my words. And you can do the same thing. So Jesus was a master at identifying that there was this one power. Why do you call me good? There's only one that's good. This is what he taught. So the master within Jesus, Yeshua, as I love to call him, is he sees this man lying on the ground for 38 years. He's been there for a long time, so he must have smelled and looked bad and that whole shot. But there was something else that Jesus must have tapped into, and he must have tapped into the mastery that was in this man who had forgotten that he was a master. So Jesus says to the man, would you like to be made whole? Would you like to be healed? And the man says, yes, but nobody is there to help me to get into the pools when the waters are stirred. I would love to be healed, but people walk over me. But see, this is where we find the crux of the man's problem. He won't get off his big fat butt. He won't get off his big fat butt. So how many of, none of you, because I can feel your vibration, but me and some of your friends, how many of us, how many people do you know that would say, I would love to sing, but I would love to start a business, but I don't have the time. I would love to be in a loving relationship, but I am scared. Masters do not make excuses. And sometimes that word but is an excuse. I would love to sing like Earl, but I would love to do this, but I love the one. I would love to be able to pay my rent, but so masters, we don't make excuses because we recognize that there is this one power, this one presence, this one life that permeates everything, and it is absolutely there for us to use. But as masters, we surrender to allowing that power to use us. So then we began to realize, and this man who had been lying there for 38 plus years had made all these excuses. Now, we know people who have maybe perhaps been in a job that they just did not like for 25 years. Or how about the ones that have been in relationships that no longer work or serve them or no longer provide the space of love, but they stay in it 38 plus years. Talk about suffering. And the reason why these people suffer is because there's something within them that is pulling them, saying there's something greater than this. There is something more than this that you are here to do. So in the realization that we are masters and we realize that we have this power that only knows how to say what? Yes. It only knows how to say yes to whatever it is that we desire of it. For example, I would love to be a writer, but, so the power and the intelligence of the universe that I call God says, yes, there is a but there. You can't do it because I have spoken it, because it only knows yes. Is this making sense? So the man who was lying there for 38 years had forgotten, maybe never even knew that he was a master. This is the part of the story that I just love. How it's written, Yeshua, and it says that Jesus told the man, get up, pick up thy bed and walk. Now, what I find interesting about that, Jesus didn't help the man. He didn't reach down to give him a hand. There was the mastery within Jesus that spoke into the mastery of the man, and the master of the man inside responded. When Yeshua said, pick up thy bed and walk. And the man gets up. Immediately he was healed. Let me say that again. Immediately he was healed. So there was something within that particular master that clicked. And he's like, let me get up. Now, what I like about the word bed, I love words. So bed, of course, is that nice thing that we get to sleep in, or maybe some lumpy bed that we may be sleeping in. But also, one of the definitions for bed is foundation. So in this particular story, pick up thy bed and walk. Pick up the bed, the foundation of peace. Pick up the bed of prosperity. Pick up the bed of health. Pick up the foundation of absolute perfection, because this is who and what you are, masters. See, I walk into Vision Center for Spiritual Living, and I walk into a home of masters. Reverend Patty said that, my heart walks into a place before I do. Before I walked into the place, I'm feeling you. I'm feeling your heart. I'm walking in here, and I am on fire. You have no idea what the little kid inside of me is doing right about now. Oh, man, I don't have enough room on the stage because this little kid is just bouncing around, because children are masters. Scripture says, lest ye be like a child when ye enter the kingdom of heaven. And the kingdom of heaven is something that's not on the by and by, not after we leave this plane. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. I'm going to ask this young man this question, who's in the audience right now, and I'm going to ask him if he was in heaven as he was singing his song. Earl, were you in heaven? Absolutely. So that thing is like, absolutely. And not only Earl, but the rest of the band. Did you guys watch the band? Oh, man. Yeah, well, then there's you. My Rosedale Jones. The kingdom of heaven is at hand, which means right now. So whatever it is that you do to bring you joy, masters, do it. Whatever has been on your mind that has been keeping you from stepping forward into whatever your heart's desire is, no more excuses, masters. There are no more buts. Let's get off of our butts and let's pick up our bed. Let's pick up our foundation of joy and let's walk. Let's pick up our foundation of prosperity and walk. Let's walk and just absolutely heal the earth, one smile at a time. For this, and for so much more than this, I am so very, very grateful. I used to say when I would get up and talk that 20 minutes, see, I come from a long line of Baptist preachers and ministers, and so 20 minutes is just the introduction. Some of you all know what I'm talking about. be in church for 3 days, you know. But I've worked on that, and so I'm almost done here. That was cool. So we're talking about a new freedom. And, man, you guys, I'm telling you, I go around and I get to experience different centers around the country and in Canada as well, and hopefully in Mexico and Puerto Rico. I love doing what I do. And what I do is to inspire people to be masters. I don't know if the practitioners caught the talk, but it was all about the 5 steps of prayer. See, because as masters, we must recognize first that we are masters. And as masters, we recognize that we must surrender to that power and to that presence that is all of life. And then as masters, we identify or we unify ourselves with that power, surrendering to that power that absolutely loves to express itself through us. And as we continue to surrender, then we not only do we live, move, and have our being in this power, but as masters, we surrender and we let go, and then we allow that power to live, move, and have its being in, through, and as us. From that, then we get to realize what it is that we want to realize. We get to declare what it is that we want to declare. I would love to write a book, so I will. There's no more buts, because we're masters and we don't have any more excuses. I would love to buy a house, and so I'm going to do so, because I am supported by the universal power that causes the sun to shine. And then, as masters, we give great thanks. We are so grateful. I want you to take a quick breath. No, take a slow breath. Whenever you cannot find anything in your life to be grateful for, take a breath and be grateful for the breath. We can go quite a few days without food, quite a few days without, liquid. How long do you think you're going to go without your breath? So if you cannot find anything to be grateful for, that's when you stop and you take a breath and you say, I am grateful for this breath, because this truly is the breath of life. So masters, I want you to arise and walk with me. I want you to arise and pick up your foundation of joy. Pick up your foundation of love. Pick up your foundation of prosperity. Arise, masters, arise. No, truly, arise, masters, arise. And let's go for a walk, healing the world and making this a place that is absolutely, exactly that. Peace and abundant blessings. Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna need some help from you guys. Come on. I'm willing to change my life, willing just to shine a little light. I know that change may not come today, but it'll be worth the wait, 'cause I'm willing, so willing. Going out on the road today feels like I'm finding my way. I was driving the wrong way down a one-way street, then I realized I'm in the driver's seat. I'm willing to change my life, willing just to shine a little light. I know that change may not come today, but it'll be worth the wait, 'cause I'm willing, yeah, so willing. finding my way. I was driving the wrong way down the one-way street. Then I realized I'm in the driver's seat. I'm willing to change my life, willing just to shine a little light. I know that change may not come today, but it'll be worth the wait, 'cause I'm willing, yeah, so willing, yeah. Time is my friend. I'm gonna follow my heart to the end. Ain't no stop sign on this road. The further I get, the lighter my load. I'm willing to change my life, willing just to shine a little light. I know that change may not come today, but it'll be worth the wait. 'Cause I'm willing to change my life, willing just to shine a little light. I know that change may not come today, but it'll be worth the wait. 'Cause I'm willing to change my life, willing just to shine a little light. I know that change may not come today, but it'll be worth the wait, 'cause I'm willing, yeah. Thank you.
Don't run off the platform so fast. Stand up here and soak it in, Earl. We love you. We love you. Soak it in.
Oh, my church. Oh, feels good. Thank you.
He's homegrown. He's ours. You know, I was up at the Ministers' Ongoing Education Conference this week, and part of the week was sharing our best practices, what we do at each one of our centers that's really, really working for us. And when they got to me, they said, "So what do you do at Vision?" And I said, "We rock the house." And you just got a really perfect example of that. Thank you so much. So now is our time for giving and receiving, so I'm inviting the ushers up, and I'm inviting you to contribute to Vision and make this a place for your regular spiritual practice called tithing.